What's up, homeschoolers? Check out our next featured homeschooling family.
Hi, I'm Manny Manansala. This is my wife Lisa, and this is baby Anna.
We have 3 children. We've been homeschooling. This is our 5th year now. We've been homeschooling since preschool level all the way up. Before I had children, I was actually really against homeschooling. I thought it was such a weird concept. I didn't understand, why would you teach your kids at home when there's competent, amazing teachers in the school system? But then as time went on, I started to notice homeschooling kids. I noticed they were responsible, they communicated well, they were very knowledgeable and educated. And after I started to notice that, I started to change my mind about homeschooling. And I had a number of friends who were also homeschooling, including my discipler. So I decided I'll give it a shot. When my son was just preschool level, I decided, I'll try it for 1 year. We'll see how it goes. So I started, and then as the years went by, I decided, okay, I'm gonna do the next year, I'm gonna do the next year. And every year that passed, I loved it more and more. I love it mostly because I can teach my kids about God, about the Bible, how to love God, how to serve Him. I love it because we can take our kids with us when we go on ministry trips. They see us serving God, and we pray that they'll want to do the same also.
For me, at first, I didn't want to homeschool. I manage a school in Pampanga, and I believe in the traditional school. I also have friends who own schools, and I was planning to bring them there. I was actually preparing our finances so that we can afford it. But so we gave homeschooling a try, and we loved it. We love spending time with the kids. We love to be able to have more time with them and be there for them.
I also love the moments that we can spend together. I love it when I see their eyes light up when they learn something new, when they discover something. And I love that I'm able to be there when they have questions about God. During the day, just at random times, so they'll ask me some deep question about God that they've been processing. And because we're homeschooling, I'm available to take time out and really discuss it with them and help nurture them and help disciple them in the Lord. So because I'm with them all the time, I can capture those moments. So I really love that.
Yeah, traditional schooling is great, but homeschooling is definitely not for everybody. I thought homeschooling wouldn't be, fit for us because I want to be able to work, and homeschooling takes a lot of time, honestly. But when we computed, when considering the traffic, considering the kids going to school, and homeschooling only takes about 2 hours of teaching. So I think it works for our family.
A typical day for us is we wake up early, we try to start school by 8 o'clock, and we always start with the Bible. I feel like we need to prioritize that. That's the most important. So we really spend a long time with that. So for us, what works for us is I focus more on the curriculum, the academics, and then Manny is the one who does more life skills, things like finances, godly character.
My role, coming from the office, I would play with my kids and then eat dinner and then discuss what happened during the day. I ask them about what they learned about, with the mom. And when we're about to sleep, typically about 8 o'clock, Yeshua would read the Bible to his sister, and then after that, we would read the Bible again, and I would do the Bible reading.
To put them to sleep. And then during the weekend, since Manny's a pastor, we're at the church all day, Saturday, Sunday. So we take the kids with us, and they really love it. They love being at the church, seeing their friends, and we really want to expose them to ministry. So it's a way to train them for the future. So what I really love about homeschooling is you can really go with what they desire to learn, what they love to learn, and their giftedness. You can help them really achieve the next level with what they're gifted in, what God has gifted them in. But of course, the reality is there's days where it doesn't go so well. There's days where they're not in the mood to study, or there's
challenging days.
Or there's days where I don't feel well. I went through a difficult pregnancy, and that was really tough to homeschool through it. But God was faithful, and I just take every day and assess it and see, okay, what can I do better tomorrow to make it go more smoothly? Maybe what can I change? Maybe I should approach the curriculum differently. Maybe I should let him choose his book that he would like to read. or maybe we just need a break. Let's just go, go do something different for a while to refresh our minds, and then we can come back. We're all in a better mood and we're motivated to study.
Yeah, sometimes kids just don't want to study, and that's a challenge for homeschoolers. But imagine if your kid doesn't want to study and he has to go to school, the teacher won't be able to put focus on him. Address it. At least when you're homeschooling, you can address it.
Yeah, you can address it right away.
Yeah, even if they don't feel like studying, at least you have an influence over them.
And you can really focus on character things. So if you notice, like, for example, laziness in your child or a lack of motivation, you can address it right away. Whereas if they're away from me all day in a school, I might not notice that that's a problem that needs to be worked on. But since I'm with them every day, I'm more aware of what character issues need to be addressed. And then I really pray and ask God to help me address it in a creative way. And even for us parents, honestly, I feel like sometimes I'm the one being homeschooled because I feel God has really used it to mold my character, my patience, my creativity. I feel God is really using it to help me grow and develop also my kids.
Even if there are challenges, you can make them into opportunities for learning and molding their character.
Opportunity to grow. My main goal in homeschooling is really to raise men and women of God. That's on my mind every day. How can I help them develop Christ-likeness? How can I help them fall in love with God more? So every day I'm thinking, how can I bring them to the next step? How can I bring them to the next level? Not only in their love for God, but all around, their next step mentally, the next step emotionally. How can I help them develop and grow and really become someone who loves God and serves God?
Homeschooling fits our family values, which is love the Lord. For me and my house, we will follow the Lord. Lord for love and learn God's principles. Love the Lord and learn God's principles. Obey God's commandments. Relay God's goodness and disciple God's people. So homeschooling fits those values.
Yeah, because we really believe discipleship begins at home. So our main focus is to help them to grow in the knowledge and love of the Lord, because we know that God can really use them in the future to advance His kingdom.
As we've said earlier, homeschooling, there are challenges, but one thing great about this is opportunity to spend more time with your kids and to see them grow. So we won't change anything in that. We love seeing them grow. We love to see them learn, and we love to see their progress. And that's the benefit of homeschooling.
Yes, I agree. I feel like those moments with them are priceless. They're just going to be young for such a short time. I just really want to capture each moment with them and maximize it, and just enjoy being with them and watching them grow and develop. It's such a joy.
And one thing, another benefit of homeschooling that maybe could be an encouragement to you is when they see their oldest sibling, learning and enjoying schooling, the younger siblings are more encouraged to do the same. So they're very excited to do the same. They couldn't wait to start the school, actually.
And I also love how it brings us closer as a family. The siblings, the brother and sister, they really look out for each other. They make sure they've got each other's back, and they actually try to disciple each other, try to help each other do the right thing. And so I love that. They're learning how to serve, they're learning how to put other people ahead of their own needs. So I love that family feel.
And even the Yeshua right now is somehow teaching Isabel with the subjects that he learned from before.
The reality is there are some hard days of homeschooling, but on those days I just try to remind myself, what is the bigger picture here? What is my vision? What am I trying to accomplish? Even when the hard times come, I try to always focus on what's the main thing. And when I focus on that, then somehow the difficulties pale in comparison to the greater goal.
And my job is to make it easier for her.
He takes care of me so I can take care of the kids.
On today's values episode, excellence.
Welcome to Values, or Values You Can Use. Today's episode is all about excellence. What does that word mean? How do we teach it to our kids? The Bible verse we will use is Ecclesiastes 9:10. Whatever, say that word, whatever your hand finds to do it with all. Say that word, all your might. That's what excellence is, making sure that if our children will do anything, they will give it their all. We tell our children over and over, do your best, do your best, do your best, which is the principle of excellence. But as we instill this, we need to ask why. Why?
Yeah, when I was growing up, my parents did something that was very beneficial for me, where they would ask us whether it was studying or
Sports.
involved in sports or ministry. They'd ask us, did you do your best? And not just did you do your best, but did you do your best for the Lord? Because there's a verse that says that, do all things for the glory of God. And I think for me, that helped me not to feel so stressed, because if I was doing my best for the Lord, then that was great. Because some kids are pressured to be excellent, to be perfect.
Just for excellence sake,
Just
right?
for excellence sake, like our older son Elijah, when he plays his violin, he gets stressed if he's not perfect. And we tell him it's not about perfection. It's about trying hard, doing your best, putting in the effort, then the results will come. And don't be pressured to be perfect, because nobody expects you to be perfect. But did you really do your best for the Lord so that you can really be a blessing to others and glorify God?
Excellent. So if that motivation is correct, that why, that important why, then we want to be able to create, or you're able to create an environment where they're now internally motivated. So 3 practical things to help ensure or to help our children embrace this idea of excellence. First, give them a vision. Help them see what it looks like. If Elijah starts playing the violin, we show him what great violin players can do. So he has a vision. Oh, that's what it looks like.
He listens to classical music.
Exactly. Number 2, when the vision is clear, you help create that environment. How do you create that environment? Make sure he has good teachers, or a good teacher, or they have good teachers. Make sure that they have the right instruments or tools to be able to play well, or do that thing that you want them to excel in well. And as you do those 2, vision and equip them, the third is you want to now push them in a healthy manner. This isn't one of those cracking the whip, screaming, yelling at them, but making sure they do it regularly, that they are disciplined in practicing. Practice does make perfect. So ensuring that they do that, and as they practice and do these things, that you eliminate other distractions. There's a tendency for our children, if they have several things to do and you want them to excel in all of them, then what is that expression? You can be a jack of all trades and master of none. So help eliminate other things that might distract them so that they might pursue that thing well, with the right vision, with the right equipping, and ultimately with the right motivation. God bless.
I love that last message on values. Up next, more great answers.
How do you keep your students focused on the lesson? We need classroom management. In homeschooling, the world is our classroom. But nonetheless, we have to keep our students always engaged while we are teaching them their lesson. The big 5 of classroom management are the following. Rules. We need to communicate expectations of proper behavior. Number 2, routines. We need to help build structure. Third is praise. We need to reinforce positive behavior. And if they misbehave, we need to impose consequences. Lastly, engagement. We need to foster student participation and hold student attention. Just a reminder for the rules. Keep your rules to a minimum, 5 at the most. Collaborate with your spouse and child in drafting the rules. Base your rules on your family values. Have all rules work for the best of your homeschooling experience. Make rules specific enough to easily do, but broad enough to include wider homeschooling aspects. Keep it simple and positively stated. Review the rules after a period of time, probably after a quarter, and revise if needed. Learning never stops. Happy homeschooling!
Up next, Out of the Box with Jessica.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Out of the Box! Whee! I'm Cheska, and today's episode is all about origami. Me, 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 me. have with me today origami pads by Gant. You can make 10 different models like a flapping bird, a jumping frog, a basket, a lantern, and oh, did I mention that you can also make a boat? Amazing! And the papers, they come in different colors like red, blue, orange, green, yellow, anything. It also comes with one sticker sheet to decorate your models. Isn't that amazing? After a few minutes, I was able to make it. It's nice because I really was focused. I really like this because it helps me concentrate. It helps me develop my creativity, and it also comes in different colors, which is so nice. And it also helps me learn about my colors. Isn't that amazing? I know it is. So if you want to learn about this origami, check it out at the Learning Plus bookstore. Bye! Remember, when you have a test and you have to study, and you don't get focused sometimes, that's kind of hard, even for me. But I'm homeschooled. And it's actually fun. It's like I want to brag to the whole world. I did it! So, if you want to know more, stay tuned.
Homeschool TV is now online. You can find us on our website www.homeschooltv.ph and on our social media accounts. See you there!